Shalom. Shalom. I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawahshai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawahshai, and Shaquat. And I'm back here with another lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawahshai, Barakathum. To you, sincere, Akim, Wa'akwathu. And a sincere Shalom to you, brothers. Are pushing this truth out on the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom to you all. I do hope and pray that this is edifying and exhorting to the hopeful elect, right? So give me one moment. It's locked. It's a lot. Again, bear with me. All right, Salaki again. So let's get to it. As you see by the title, the lesson is entitled "The Guard." All right, so you should know what we're talking about here. We're going to be talking about Russia. All right, a little bit about Iran. All right, and I'm going to go into a couple articles if the Lord be willing of it. You know, and we're also going to. You see by the thumbnail as well. It's lucky. You see by the thumbnail as well. Got Putin, walking out. So anyway, let's get to it. I want to go to these articles. Before going to these articles, I would like to declare that this video will be conducted under the Fair Use Copyrights Act of 1976, where all public information used in this video will be used for the purpose of education, criticism, and research. This video will not be monetized. So I want to first start off by going over here. Russians helping Iran blow up crucial $500 million U.S. air defenses, protecting Gulf from suicide drones as 7 Americans are killed. Read that again. Russians helping Iran blow up crucial $500 million U.S. air defenses, protecting Gulf from suicide drones as 7 Americans are killed. So Russia is helping Iran. This is prophecy. It says Russia is revealing the positions of crucial U.S. radar positions to Iran using satellite intelligence, sources say. Tehran's initial missiles salvos were largely directed at disabling $500 million U.S. Thaad, or THAAD, air defense systems in the Middle East, over there in the Levant. Says the Thaad interception seen in action, stock picture. Got right here, satellite image shows debris around the Thaad radar system. Air base, yeah, okay, so the systems are uniquely designed to intercept ballistic missiles that fall from space to at hypersonic speeds on programmed targets. But the Kremlin has quietly been leaking critical satellite surveillance with Iran, sources say, allowing the rogue nation to unleash blasts directly on the positions. One insider told The Sun only a large fleet of high-orbit space spy satellites, Slovakia, such as Russia's, could have directed those precise strikes on Thaad batteries and radar network. Iran plotted to paralyze Gulf region defenses, and as its indiscriminate missiles attacks, grammar here has fucked me up. That's not good. It says wreaked havoc in the opening days of the war. So let's read that again because that's very important. Iran plotted to paralyze Gulf region defenses as its indiscriminate missile attacks wreaked havoc in the opening days of the war. Vengeful regime commanders hoped it would convince Gulf states that the U.S. would not be able to protect them while increasing the cost of Pentagon-provided air defenses. Given the huge price to replace systems, each battery cost $500 million each, and it is the only system reliably capable of intercepting ballistic missiles. Aerial images of several key military bases in region indicate the odd installations were blitzed in Jordan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar within hours of war erupting, unleashing barrages of missiles and drones on nations housing U.S. bases. Iran claimed it was exacting revenge. I'm reading like shit today. Please forgive me. I'm exhausted. It says exacting revenge for strikes by America and Israel that started early on February 28th. It says killing its supreme leader. And it's funny, they talking about a unconditional surrender, right? You can't expect this nation to just stop coming at you and you just put their goddamn leader. Even took their leader off the damn map. Now they already got a new leader set up in charge. And the system of Iran, if you haven't been paying attention, is set up to where they don't even need a leader. It's like a machine. It don't need somebody to govern over it. You know, the leader died, the machine still has its programming intact, right? So it says Tehran's lethal weapons hit key radar positions at the Muwafaq Saltai Air Base in Jordan, the Prince Sultan Air Base in Saudi Arabia, the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, and at least 2 other U.S. bases in the UAE. That the odd TPY-2 transportable radar system split across of 5 40-foot trailers and 40-foot trailers in providing protection for both the Arabian Peninsula and Israel was targeted by multiple strikes on March. So you see some pictures of it. Who knows if this is real or fake, but you never know today. And the war is heating up. I'll be keeping up with it on the WION app, which we're gonna go to next. You see 9 a.m. missile from Iran shot on. It's like, god damn. And they blasting what you call it right now, Dubai. Dubai getting targeted because it's a lot of U.S. It's a lot of U.S. activity in Dubai. So, and to you dumb jakes that's over in Dubai posting them videos scared of shit, what your ass doing over there? Why you over there in the first place? Listen, my nigga, I ain't leaving the country, my nigga. I told, man, I done had my parents even, go on family trips. Asked me, you want to go out, it's out the country. And I've been out the country before, but the last time I've been out the country, I was a young one. I was a child. Probably, well, technically, I was damn near a man, almost. Technically, I was like 11. About 11, 12 when I first left the country before. But nonetheless, I was still a child. In this kingdom, you a child. You ain't no man by that time. You a child. But, so yeah. I'm like, man, nigga, fuck. Like, but ever since then, man, I haven't been out the country. And I've had, like I said, my parents, family, go on trips out the country, try to include me. Needed passport and this, that, and the third. I eventually got a passport, but I still ain't leaving. So I'm like, I ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. It's work to be done, man. It's work to be done. You gotta do the work of the Lord. The only way I leave the country is if I'm going to visit brothers. You know what I'm saying? I leave the country, let's go visit brothers, Hawaii, etc. Which Hawaii is technically still in the country. So, but you get the point, all right? It's technically still in the country, just not on the continent. But I ain't leaving like the country, boy. Like I say, Yahawahshapat gonna take me up out of here, bro. The only way I'm leaving this bitch. It's only 2 ways I'm leaving this motherfucker. Death, or Salakia, Yahawahshapat or death. In Yahawahshapat, Lord willing. Only 2 ways I'm leaving this bitch. I ain't doing all that. Because what you doing over there, Jake? Like, even if you do leave the country, okay, you leave the country. Why the fuck go to, like, Jake love going to Dubai. Why go to the Arabic / Islamic, like, why go there? Where there's always war going on over there. Jake in a video talking about, man, I'm asking this lady, this lady telling us, the lady who's from that land, she's from there. She's saying, oh, I'm not scared, Jake's scared. She's like, I ain't scared, this is normal for us. This is a regular Tuesday. Jake over that bitch, bugging out, scared. Why are you there? We don't really deal with stuff like this in the States. Yeah, dumbass, so why are you over there? You wasn't prepared for no shit like that. Why go? Slow belly niggas. And it's been tension between them for how long? And you slow belly. It's just slow, man. Just slow. So Salakia for all my talking. Let's keep going. Several missile craters can be seen around the destroyed vehicles and antennas in satellite images taken the following day. Human intelligence gathered by Iranian spies on the ground may have contributed to planning the strikes, but constant high-resolution satellite monitoring would be critical for detecting the odds infrastructure installed security in late February as final preparations for Operation Epic Fury got underrated. And that the odd shit is not going to defend nothing. As you can see, it ain't defending shit. Iran has been attacking it, and Russia's helping. They're helping, giving Iran intelligence to do so. So the defenses don't matter, man. Like Joel the second chapter say, it's gonna fall up. The missile's gonna fall upon the sword and still live. It's gonna keep going. All right, and that's really talking about the nukes. But hey, you could include this as well. Regular ballistic missiles. So listen, man. Hey, despite what mainstream media say, hey man, Israel is getting their ass whooped. And by default, America is getting their ass whooped right now by Iran. Whooped. And Russia and China haven't fully stepped in yet. North Korea hasn't fully stepped in yet. North Korea been talking about stepping in. I seen a few articles about that this morning. They fucking disappeared on me, but I saw the titles of them. Yeah, before it disappeared. You get on the app, it start fucking refreshing automatically. That shit retarded. You should refresh if you wanted to. But, yeah, man. So, yeah, they was talking about giving nukes to Iran. Iran already got nukes, bro. I'm telling you, they got them. It's 2026, nigga. But they was talking about giving Iran more nukes if shit get more wicked. I'm like, nigga, this shit is beautiful, man. And North Korea is a part of those Northlands that are coming, that's spoken about in Jeremiah. It's spearheaded by Russia, right? But it's China and North Korea also, other powerhouses over there in the East, right? This is a beautiful thing to see, man. We love this, man. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter says there's a time for everything under the sun. A time for war and a time for peace. And we are indeed in the time of war. We're nowhere near the time of peace, man. We are indeed engulfed in war. Matthew 24 said it best. We shall see wars and rumors of wars. All right? Everything is building up to nuclear destruction. We are in World War III. Like Apostle Tahar said in his video the other day, I don't know if they told you all yet, but we are in World War III. We've been in World War III. And we are even deeper into World War III. And in America, Donald Nero Trump, this nigga is so retarded. I gotta keep saying it. This nigga is actually retarded. That nigga, Donald Trump, is literally special ed. But he's carrying out the bidding of the elites. But this nigga is actually a special ed. But listen, we ain't mad at that, nigga. We love that you're acting like a sped right now because you're speeding things up. Like, you're moving extremely fast. Like, you keep it up, man. You keep up the good work, my nigga. Keep up. That's why niggas say I hate Trump, nigga. Not us. We love Trump. Keep doing your thing, boss. Keep on doing your thing, boss. We love this shit. We love the work that you do. Hell, we a QAnons looking ass. I'm being funny now. But keep doing your thing, Trump. Keep doing your fucking thing, man. We're maggers. Keep going. All right? Face ass. But seriously, this dude is speeding up prophecy, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahawahshapat, of course, he's in control. But hey, man, the nigga is slow. He opened up a can of worms that he will not be able to contain any longer. He won't be able to contain what the fuck he just opened. He opened something that he can't control and contain. He's through. Let's keep going. Forgive me for my talking. It says Iran has only a small satellite fleet with limited capacity that would need assistance from the Russians for a surgical attack against such a target. American defense insiders say a sharp drop in Russian missile strikes on Ukraine was noticed as the war in Iran kicked off, because they started paying more attention to the war in Iran, obviously, But Ukraine been getting their ass whooped. From what we hearing now is it ain't even no men over there no more. It's straight women. Deuteronomy 21 enacted. It's just straight bitches over there. You know what I'm saying? All the men through. Through, man. They lost that war a long time ago. Years ago when it first fucking started. They been lost that fucking war. Russia just trying to keep it intact. Because Russia could have been just obliterated the shit, which they did. But they could have just been destroyed the land completely. But Russia keeping it intact. because they want to actually take that land back and possess it because it was once a part of Russia. Ukrainians are Russians. Ukrainians are literally Russians. All right, but anyway, let's see. Russia's daily attacks on Ukrainian cities with hundreds of missiles and drones came to a virtual halt as Iran unleashed, meaning it almost completely stopped. That's what virtual or virtually means when it comes to this fact, when it comes to being used in this manner. As Iran unleashed missile barrages on his neighbors. The Kremlin may have temporarily redirected its satellite fleet towards the Middle East theater. Experts say. Damn, this article long as a bitch. Fuck. This article long as a bitch. Nigga, we ain't reading all this. I'm finna jump down to another point here. Yeah, the article long as a motherfucker. It say right here, this last paragraph, it says elsewhere. Well, let's see. Fuck it, let's just read quickly. I want to read all this. All this is good information for you all to know out there. Hey man, like I said, it's just blowing the trumpet in Zion. 2nd Ezra 9 say we're measuring the times diligently. We're watching, you know. We're always on our watch. Watching prophecy. You know, that's all we got to do. That's shit. What else we gonna do? What else we gonna do, man? Everything else here is vain. So it says the Kremlin have temporarily redirected its satellite fleet towards the Middle East. Theater experts say, aside from assisting his last major ally in the region, Putin could also be getting back at the U.S. for satellite intelligence from the CIA helping Ukraine that's stupid. The grammar is pissing me off. With its is what it's supposed to say. Missile strikes on Russia. The Russian tyrant could be raising Iranian hopes of playing on the vulnerabilities of Arab neighbors, whose oil industry is in turmoil. Iran's foreign minister has acknowledged Russia is helping in many different directions, but refused to reveal how. So Russia is helping Iran, which we already knew this. China's helping too. Them blow-up balloons they had, making it look like tanks and aircraft. China gave that shit to Iran. China gave that shit to Iran. It was already noted in many articles. So yeah, they all helping Iran right now. Duh. And Iran really whooping America and Israel ass off their own strength. They ain't even need Russia and China to fully step in. That's why they haven't fully stepped in. They just been helping us up the ways. All right. It says avoiding, because Iran is a big nation. You know, it's a big territory at the end of the day, right? It says, but Donald Trump, it says avoiding going into specifics. Abba's two countries strategic partnership, but Donald Trump on Saturday said it was inconsequential. As Moscow has provided Iran with information to help it target U.S. assets. Somebody need to peer review this motherfucker. This shit ain't peer reviewed. It says the president stopped short of confirming that U.S. intelligence officials believe Russia has provided Iran with such targeting information. What is the Thaad system? It says the terminal high altitude area defense. The Thaad system is designed to intercept and destroy short and medium range ballistic missiles during their terminal phase of flight when they are falling towards the target. You know, and they have many of these things like this to stop nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles as well. All right, but this shit ain't gonna work as the scriptures say. Just like this shit ain't working. It says the $500 million system, waste of money, was developed by the Pentagon following the failure of the Patriot air defense missiles to shoot down the Saddam Hussein's Scud rockets in the first Gulf War. The odd missiles are 20 feet long, weigh nearly a ton, and fly up to 6,300 miles per hour, more than 8 times the speed of sound, up to an altitude of around 93 miles. They do not carry an explosive charge because it could detonate the warhead of the target missile, which could contain a nuclear device. Instead, they rely on a hit-to-kill approach, using infrared sensors to track the incoming missile and ramming it head-on to destroy it. The typical Tha'ad battery includes at least 6 launcher vehicles. Okay, so we got that. We're going to go down. That information is not really needed. We basically already heard what it was. So right here, this guy says, if you take a look at what's happened in Iran in the last week, if they're getting information, it's not helping them much, he said. Nigga is capping. Whoever the fuck said this shit is retarded. The nigga don't know what the fuck he talk. See, this is their propaganda, bro. This is their Iran is whooping that ass. Don't let the fucking propaganda fool you. Don't let them trying to keep peace over here, keep the people calm, fool you. Iran is getting that ass whooped. I mean, Salakia, forgive me. Oh, man slipping in the tongue, but not in his heart. Iran is whooping that ass. Whooping that ass. Matter of fact, whooping that ass so much that now they talking about possibly on the west coast of America, over in Cali, Iran possibly gonna launch missiles there. What the fuck going on, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? But they losing? Yeah, come on now. It says, Steve Witkoff, the U.S. envoy to the Middle East, meanwhile, said he has strongly told Russia not to share information. He has strongly told, hold on, make sure everything is all good now. Okay, great. Yahawahshapat. He has strongly told Russia not to share information with Russia. See, this is the shit I'm talking about, bro. This shit is not peer review at all. Esau so fucking frazzled that this nigga can't even release a peer review article. This shit got too many grammatical errors. The fuck going on, man? Esau is out here panicking, man. I love this shit. This nigga panicked. Russia released intel to Russia, nigga. The nigga meant to say Iran. The nigga said Russia released intel to Russia. My nigga. This shit ain't even peer reviewed. They said they put information on an article with the swiftness and just released that bitch. Hey, bro, this place through, man. Through. They know they got a short time. They know they have a short time, right? Look at that, man. Call Yahawahshapat. It says, it comes as Iran continues to blitz Gulf nations despite its president apologies for the repeated strikes that have rocked countries for more than a week. Mossad Pezeshkian vowed not to strike neighboring nations unless attacked first. So far, 7 U.S. service members have been killed in ongoing war, with most recent dying after sustaining injuries during an attack last week in Saudi Arabia. Do you really believe only 7 of them niggas died? I don't. It says, this morning, a fire broke out at an oil facility that was attacked in Fajirah, and oil has just hit 100 a barrel, my nigga. Oil has just tapped 100 a barrel, if you did not know. It just hit a 100 a barrel, and it's going to continue skyrocketing. So let's keep going. It says, which I'm going to make a lesson on that, Lord willing, because they said it's likely going to hit, if the numbers are right, it's likely going to hit 200 a barrel. Nigga, that shit going to be, that if it hit 200 a barrel, nigga, you thought 2022 with the gas was something, nigga. Shit, nigga. Hey, bro, Lord willing, I mean, we're going to be hurt by that in the flesh, but who gives a fuck? Trying to get the fuck up out of here, man. Don't give a shit. Bahrain's oil only oil refinery, was also hit in Saudi Arabia. Said it had intercepted several drones attacking its Sheba oil field. Saudi Arabia lashed out at Iran following a thwarted drone attack on its massive Sheba oil field, saying Tehran will be the biggest loser if it continues to attack Arab states. In addition to energy facilities in the UAE, authorities there said the capital of Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Okay, I'm like Abu Dhabi. Boy, I swear I'm dyslexic at times. Abu Dhabi. I'm like, I ain't heard no Abu Dhabi. I was about to say I heard of Abu Dhabi. That's what it say. Forgive me. Was targeted by Iranian missiles, and 2 were hurt by shrapnel from interceptions. Iran attacked Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain, where it hit a residential area, wounding 32 people, including several children, according to authorities. And I'm sure it hurt more than that. And shit, apparently in Dubai, a fucking nightclub got mollywopped by Iran because American soldiers were hiding out in there, allegedly. All right, it says another attack appeared to have started a fire at Bahrain's only oil refinery, sending thick fumes of smoke into the air. You already said that. Meanwhile, in Israel, sirens blared multiple times across the country as Iran's drones and missiles continue unrelentingly. So how the fuck? So Iran losing though? They continuing on unrelentingly, but Russia's intel ain't helping. But they losing, allegedly, nigga. Elsewhere, the U.S. military said a service member died of injuries from an Iranian attack on troops in Saudi Arabia on March 1st. All right, so, yeah. 7 U.S. soldiers have now been killed, nigga. It's more than that. I'm sure of it. But, nonetheless, I'm going to like this article. I liked it, even though it wasn't peer-reviewed. Let's go over here. Not something, and I'm not gonna read all this, but I just want to get the title and probably read a paragraph. All right, it says, not something we'd be happy about or happy with. U.S. warns Russia against getting involved in Iran war amid telling intel sharing allegations, which they already got involved. What the fuck you gonna do? They got involved already. I saw this shit yesterday though. They got involved. You're late, dummy. It says U.S. President Donald Trump's War Secretary Pete Hegseth, that devil, on Tuesday, March 10th, warned Russia that it should not be involved in the Iran. What the fuck you gonna do? What the fuck would you do about it? And they already involved. What the fuck you gonna do about it though? It says this comes as reports suggest that Moscow may be aiding Tehran by providing intel about U.S. military assets in the Gulf. Nigga, that's the article we was just reading about, but nigga, that they did it, nigga. They did. It's already been linked and proven to an extent that Russia's helping Iran some way, shape, or form. You ain't see Russia get them niggas a bomb, which they've actually been planning on giving Iran a hydrogen bomb that got 60 warheads inside. GG's in the chat, my nigga. It say GG's, nigga. Hey, expect in a couple months, nigga. I ain't putting no time frame on it for real. I don't know. But real soon, the mark of the beast gonna be introduced for real in America. They got to. Shit moving too quick. It's moving too quick. Nigga, it's already fucking, the day just started. It was just 4 a.m. I just woke up. It was 4 a.m. Now it's fucking about to be fucking 2 o'clock already. The time is moving too quick. We just lost an hour. All right, unless you live in Arizona, nigga, your ass just lost an hour on Sunday. So it's like, nigga, time is moving, my nigga. Moving. It feel like it was just Monday where I woke up and was looking through a whole timeline of Iran beating the shit out of Israel on the news. It's already Thursday. Like, Hey man, time is moving unbelievably fast. It says, and the Lord said he would do that in Matthew 24. Russian officials have meanwhile insisted in a call with Trump on Monday that they have not been sharing intel. Duh, why would they tell y'all they have? But what you gonna do about it? But they have, obviously. It says intelligence with Tehran amid the escalating conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran. All right, now give me a moment. All right, just bear with me a moment, Baba Kushah. I need to head out, so just give me a moment. I'm gonna finish this lesson in transit. Hold on. Salakia again, just keep bearing with me. Alright, so Baba Kasha Salakia. Alright, so let's finish this thing off. Forgive me for the lack of precepts thereof. You know, these articles longer than I expected, and they had a lot of information in it that, you know, may give you more insight. You know, and a brother watching, you may be able to make a lesson off a specific line I brought out in the article. So, you know, there you go. So as you see, I just clicked on some other shit. You know, shooter killed after opening. People don't know how to drive. Nigga ain't had no blinker on. Shooter killed after opening fire inside Old Dominion University building. Inside of Old Dominion University building, 2 injured. So he injured 2 people and he got clapped. A death is in the air. Death is in the air, my guy. Goodness gracious, death is in the air. This is lovely. The Lord is judging. All right. Did not the scripture say in Matthew 24 also, at the end, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Meaning a lot of death is going to come to pass because iniquity is flourishing right about now. This kingdom is built off iniquity. All right. This is that sinful kingdom. All right. Or queendom, as I should say. Sins have reached unto heaven. Right, so let's go back to the article we were on. It says, while speaking to the press, Hegseth was asked about Trump's recent call with President Vladimir Putin. The war secretary said that the president maintains strong relationships with world elite cap. Nobody likes that nigga neither. Which creates opportunities and options for us in very dynamic ways. When asked about how the call related to the ongoing conflict in West Asia, in the Levant, he ominously said Russia should not be involved. Anyway, what intelligence is Russia providing Iran? Reports suggest that Russia has been providing Iran intelligence about the locations and the movement of U.S. troops, ships, and aircrafts, which is some of what was said in the article we just read. America, as per White House Press Secretary Caroline whatever, sent a message to Russia that if that was taking place, it's not something they would be happy with. Shut up, bitch. And they hope that it is not taking place. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister, Abbas blah blah blah, over the weekend acknowledged Russian help in many different directions, but said he didn't have any detailed information. All right. It goes on. I'll read this next paragraph and we'll move on. Get some scriptures, Lord willing. Close it. It says, Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria blah blah blah, all right, Zakharova, whatever, on Tuesday revealed that the Russian consulate general and blah blah blah, Iran was damaged on Sunday. She said that the damage happened as a nearby provincial government building was attacked, while several employees reported being pushed backwards by the force of the blast. No casualties or serious injuries were reported. The attack broke the windows and blah blah blah. So you get the point. It's not really on the point of the lesson at this point. So let's get some scriptures. All right. So let's first go here. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15. This prophecy is flourishing right about now. We read this in the last lesson. Let me see where I want to go to. Start at verse 28. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. So, things happening in the east, preferably notable in Western Asia, which is in the Levant. All right, it says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia, so the Arabics, all right, the Arabics shall come out with many chariots. Now, what is a chariot typically? In the olden world, a chariot is known as a vehicle that is attached to horses. All right, chariot is short for chariot. All right, which a true chariot is a vehicle of the Lord, a so-called UFO. But that's also a chariot. And typically, what is that also used for? Not just travel, but as well as war. And in this instance, it's being used for war in this instance. All right. It says, so they're coming out with many chariots. So, warring, and they are warring. They've been warring for years at this point, especially since that 9/11, since that 01 event happened, right? Sep 11, that's how I said it. Sep 11, yep, Sep 11. That's why I said 7. Thinking of the damn gas station. No, I said Sep 11. Yep, Sep 11. 01 event took place. All right. You get your ass over, nigga. Shit. Nigga got the blinker on, getting over, then taking 8 business days to get the fuck in the lane. Nigga, your ass getting over, I'm speeding up, nigga. Shit. Forgive me. So it says, let's read that from the top. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. You got Iraq, the Palestinians, etc. etc., Hamas, all that, right? Saudi Arabia, you can go on and on. It says, shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. So this goes into them going into war. And they've been at war, and they're in war right now, right? And when you go into verse 30, it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath. All right, so they're at war, and they're being ferocious. The Arabics are ferocious at war. Ishmael is a very wild man. All right, the Arabics are the Ishmaelites. Ishmael is a very wild man. So going to war with them, nigga, you're going to have a hard time. I don't care how much power you have. You will have a hard time dealing with the Ishmaelites at war. They're wild people, very wild. And they're very tactical in their guerrilla their guerrilla warfare. All right. But anywho, it says or forgive me, they're very surgical when it comes to guerrilla warfare. That's what I meant to say, not tactical, even though it all is tactics. But as I was, as you go on, damn, what I was gonna say. All of them are at war right now. They've been at war, and they ain't been getting their ass whipped. Contrary to the propaganda and the popular beliefs, they ain't been getting their ass whipped. Because if they have been, why is the war still ongoing for all these 20 plus years? Why is the war still going? These different wars, 20 plus years, America's been warring with Iran. I mean, not Iran, with the Arabs. 20 plus years, man, since that September 01 event, right? And the war's still going because the Arabics ain't getting their ass whooped, man. They're very ferocious, contrary to the propaganda. All right. So to continue on, it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath. So the Carmanians are very ferocious as well. If you don't know the Carmanians is, these are the Elamites. Persia, as noted in the scriptures. Persia, which are who? The modern day, or what are they known as today, is the Indians. All right, East Indians. All right, not the West Indians. Those are the Benjamites. All right, those are our people. But East Indians, not the Native Indians. Those are our people. Not the Seminole. Those are our people. Not the Amazonian. Those are our people. East Indians, which, you have the whole continent of, you have the whole, continent. India, not a continent. India is in Asia. Asia is the continent. India is in Asia. So India is a country. Forgive me. I have to do the math in my head real quick. I'm not a geographer, but, I know a little bit about it. You learn that stuff in school, and shit. When you come to this truth, we do so much study and research, you damn near become partially a geographer, because you got to know the geographical layout to be able to pinpoint the meaning and break down certain scriptures. So anyway, so the country of India, but then you also have you also have Iran. Iran is also Indian people, all right? So-called East Indian people. But what I was gonna make was saying the Carmanians is talking about the Persians, which is the Iran. That's Iran. All right, it says raging in wrath shall go forth, and you see Iran is beating that ass right now. So talk about it. Shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood. Turn this down. As the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. The Assyrians is talking about America. All right, that's what it's talking about right here, America. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand. So they're on to waste parts of the land of Assyria, of America. Didn't I just mention earlier how now they're talking about shooting some missiles over on Cali? I'm telling you, prophecy is happening. Prophecy watch, baby. Measuring the times diligently. All right? Prophecy is coming to pass. Major prophecy that's next up on the chopping block is the MOTB being mandated. All right? And also when it says they're going to waste a part of the land of Assyria, it's also talking about in nuclear warfare as well, because Iran is also going to shoot nukes on America when that time comes. It says, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, and they do have the upper hand currently, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. All right, so there you go. I want to stop there. So let's go to Ezekiel 38. We're going this lesson off. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. We're just going to read the points. So it says prophecy about Gog and future invasion of Israel. Not talking about our nation, but talking about the people who will be dwelling there today. All right. So it says Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord, Yahawahshapat came unto me, saying, in this sense, Yahweh, all right. came unto me, saying, Son of man, let set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog. All right, Magog just means from Gog, so it just said Gog twice. All right. The chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Now, Gog today, all right, the ancient Gogites would be the Japhites, but Gog today are the Russians, which which is run by Edomites. How about that? Says, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So they're going to be very powerful. Russia is, and they are very powerful. They have the most powerful and most abundant war and nuclear arsenal in the world right now. Second is China. Third is America, so-called. Right? It says, so they're going to prepare for war, beat their plowshares into swords and their pruning hooks into spears. All right? It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya. Persia being noted first. Those are the Carmanians. All right? Today is Iran. Iran today. All right, so Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. So they're going to fight alongside Russia. They're going to become allied to Russia, and other nations are also going to become allied to Russia. Moab, Ammon. Ammon's not allied with them yet, but they will be soon. And part of Ammon and other Moabites are allied with them as well, because the Koreans, they come from Moab and Ammon. All right? They come from them. North Korea, we know they're allied with Russia today. South Korea is still overtaken by America. But anyway, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Now I'm going to stop there, because it's going to go, when you read down, it gets deeper into the chapter, and it goes into deeper stuff. But the point is, this is just the point I want to make, because I got to run. This is the point the point I wanted to make. Salakia, it says, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia going to be a guard to these nations, man. And they stepping in, being a guard. They're helping, aiding. That's also how you guard people. You could just aid them in something. You don't got to stand in front and take the blow and give the blows. You can also give them aid. That's being a guard to someone. Right? So this stuff is going to continue to escalate, Lord willing, and Lord willing, we'll get out of here within the next year, which is very possible at this point. As Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, and Jeremiah 51, going to that great country from the north with allies and a great abundance in army, coming to war with Babylon the Great. We're seeing prophecy happen right before our eyes. So we seeing, as we're seeing the 2nd Esdras 15, Iran is helping and stepping in to help the Arabs, which are their brothers in a sense. Ishmael and Elam, in a sense, they're like brothers almost. So they're stepping in to help them. All right. They're not all Muslims though. All right. Elam, all right. Iran, they're not Muslim. All right. But the Arabics, Ishmael, they're mainly Muslim. All right. Iran, and those people, Elam, they're more so Buddhist and forgot what you call the other one, but Buddhist and it's something else. I forgot the other one. If a brother know, you could put it in the comments down below. I forget what it's called, but they're more so that. All right. But so I was saying, they're stepping in to aid the Arabic nations. Persia is stepping in to aid the Arabic nations. All right. Beautiful, man. And through that, Gog, Russia, and other major Russian allies are stepping in to aid Iran. Prophecy, man. The point is, everybody is against America. including their own citizens. This place is done. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi. And until next time, Ababa Ball, Kwam Yasharala, Gadol Abadium, Lababal, Hagadol, Yahawah Mahar, Wahabathum. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all, Shalom.